Well, hello, lovely Kingdom Tots. It's really lovely to be able to know another video for you this week. I'm sorry that we can't do Kingdom Tots in person, but it's okay because you can do it at home in your families. And today our story is going to be about Daniel in the lion's den. So I hope you've got a voice that's ready to roar later. Before we hear our story, we're going to sing our Kingdom Tots song, and it's the Wiggle song. So get ready to wiggle and freeze.
Wiggle, 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 freeze! Wiggle, 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 freeze! I said I gotta get the wiggles out of me. I'm gonna shake my hands, I'm gonna shake my feet, I'm gonna shake my head, gonna groove to the beat. Cause I gotta get the wiggles out of me. I said I gotta get the wiggles out of me. Wiggle, 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 freeze! Wiggle, 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 freeze! I said I gotta get the wiggles out of me. Skiddly scat, skiddly dee. I gotta get the wiggles out of me, cause I wanna hear the story. It's gonna be fun, 'cause hearing all about Jesus is for everyone. So I gotta get the wiggles out of me. Wiggle, 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 freeze! Wiggle, 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 freeze! I said I gotta get the wiggles out of me. I said I gotta get the wiggles out of me. I said I gotta get the wiggles out of me. Take it down and breathe.
You are so good at that song. I can't wait till I can see you all wiggling and freezing in person. Now you've got all those wiggles out, we're going to sit down really quietly and listen to our story read to us by Chris.
Hello there. I've been reading a story about a man called Daniel. Daniel and the Very Hungry Lions. And there's Daniel. Can you see him there with his little white beard? Quite a nice beard, but nowhere near quite as nice as mine, is it? And it's called Daniel and the Very Hungry Lions. Now, this all happened a long, long time ago in a land called Babylon. And the story's about a man called Daniel, a king called Darius, and some very, very hungry lions. So every day, the people of Babylon were woken up by these lions, because not only were they hungry, but they roared a lot. Can you see them? There he is going, roar! And that's one of the things lions do. They roar. Would you like to roar with me? Shall we try that? 1, 2, 3. Ah! Good. Let's try it one more time. There'll be lots more roaring, but let's just do it together once now, okay? 1, 2, 3. Ah! Good. Very good. Okay, so they were woken up by these roaring lions. And every day Daniel used to get up, get dressed, and he'd go to the window and he'd kneel down and he'd pray to God. And there's Daniel again. Daniel loved God, and he knew that God could be trusted. He talked to God each and every day, and he knew that God was in control of everything, no matter what happened. Now, God loved Daniel, and he made him clever and he made him wise. And he was so good at his job that King Darius made Daniel in charge. And there he is doing his work, and he's got a very, very old computer there called an abacus, working away. Well, that's fine for Daniel and King Darius. But there were some people in the land who did not like Daniel. They wanted to get rid of him. And here they are. They're having a right old argument, aren't they? Whoa, we want to get rid of that Daniel. Don't want him. Yeah? Get him out of here. They didn't know how to do it or what to do. They thought quite long and quite hard about how they would persuade King Darius to get rid of Daniel. And he had a big problem, because Daniel was really very nice to everybody. He was very good at his job. He kept his bedroom tidy. He even wore clean socks every day so his feet didn't smell. So they didn't know quite what to do. Then they came up with a very cunning plan. And these evil men went to King Darius. And there's Darius. Can you see him on his throne with his crown on? And he went before him and said, "Oh, great King Darius! Oh, wonderful King Darius! Oh, marvellous King Darius! You must make a law that cannot be broken. Anyone who prays to God must be fed to the roaring, ravenous lions." Now the king thought this was a good idea, and he made a law that could not be broken. No one could pray to God. So Daniel had a bit of a problem. He woke up the next morning, and he knew he always prayed to God in the morning, because it was the right thing to do. But now he couldn't pray to God because of King Darius's law. And he thought about it, and he scratched his head thinking about it, and he stroked his beard thinking about it. Not quite as nice as this one, but nice enough with his beard. And he came up with the right solution that he thought. Each and every day he went to his window and he knelt down and he carried on praying to God, because he knew God could be trusted, even if he, Daniel, was thrown into with the roaring, ravenous lions. So what do you think happened next? Well, the evil men had Daniel arrested and dragged before the king. And there he is before the king. Can you see? There's the king, there's Daniel, and there's Daniel in chains so he can't escape. Now, King Darius, sitting on his throne, was sad. He knew he'd been tricked. He didn't want to feed Daniel to the roaring, ravenous lions, but he had made a law that could not be broken. So what could he do? Well, King Darius ordered the men to throw Daniel into the den which was filled with the roaring, ravenous lions. And then the king said to Daniel, "May the God who you serve save you." Threw him into the pit, and they rolled a stone to cover the door so that no one could get in. And they all went back to the palace. And King Darius went to bed. But he couldn't sleep. He had a dreadful night. There he is. He was tossing, he was turning, he was worried about Daniel and what the lions were going to do to him. He just couldn't sleep at all. Would God keep Daniel safe from the roaring, ravenous lions? What do you think? Do you think God would keep him safe? Well, the very next morning, King Darius got up, quickly got dressed, ran along to where the lions were in the lion's den. And his one worry was, is Daniel safe? And he called out, "Daniel, Daniel, are you there? Did God save you from the roaring, ravenous lions?" And Daniel said, "Yes." It's an angel, and he made it so the lions couldn't open their mouths. And they rolled the stone away and looked in through the doorway, and there was Daniel and the lions. And Daniel was quite safe, not a scratch on him. "Now," said the king, "where are those evil men who tricked me?" What do you think the king was going to do? Well, he ordered his men to get those evil men and throw them in the den with the roaring, ravenous lions. And the lions, who were very hungry, looked up, saw the men, and thought, "Ah, breakfast," and gobbled them all up. Grub, grub, grub. So King Darius learnt something very, very important that day, and something we can learn and believe now in our day. He told everyone in his kingdom in a special document, here it is, special bit of paper with a seal on, and he said, "The God that Daniel loves and serves, the God who rescued Daniel from the roaring, ravenous lions, well, that is the one true God who lives forever." And that was true then, and that is true today. So that's the end of the story, really. So there's just time for one more roar. Shall we do a roar together? Okay. 1, 2, 3. Lovely to see you. Do come again, and we can have another story together. Okay. Bye, bye, bye.
Now that was a fun story, wasn't it? So many actions to do in that story. We've now got an activity for you to do in your families.
This week for Kingdom Tots, we are going to create some autumn lions using leaves we can collect from outside. The first thing you need to do is go on an autumn walk with your mummy or daddy and collect as many orange or brown autumn leaves as you can. The other things you will need for your lion are some yellow card or yellow paint and paper. You will need to cut out one big circle and one small circle. Cut the smaller one in half. Best get a grown-up to help with this. One small semicircle of brown paper or black paint, some glue and a stick, your collected autumn leaves, goggly eyes or drawn ones, a black pen or crayon, a pencil, white paper, and some scissors for cutting. First thing to do is draw around your yellow circle on the white paper so you know where to stick all your beautiful leaves.
Put a leaf on. I need some glue over here.
Okay, that's it. Brilliant. Stick in.
Yes, put a tiger face in the middle.
That's right. Well, what we've got to do with our tiger face is we've got to stick its ears on. Just move this over here. Right, and we put a bit of glue on these, and then we can stick our ears on. Okay. Right, now you need a nose. Oh, it's over here. You're going to stick his nose in the middle. Brilliant. And then we need 2 eyes, don't we? And you need to draw him a mouth.
The last thing you need to do is put lots of glue on the back of your lion face so it will stick to all your leaves. Hope you have lots of fun and enjoy!
Well, what a fun Sunday we have had. Don't forget to be creating those stars at home for our church display and bring them with you when we see each other again, hopefully really soon. Have a great week.